Hello YouTube, Hippykillerz is here for the second part of Best Worst Could, and we are on the blue realm of Smackdown, the lesser half of the WWE universe, if you will. Now, before you ask, I'm not going to do an NXT one, because for the first time ever, I have not watched a single episode of NXT. First series, I liked. Second series, I loved. Third series, I watched 2 episodes and I couldn't take it anymore. It was like Botchamania on for an hour. And the fourth one, I just know that Daniel Bryan and Alberto Del Rio are on it. That's about it. Sorry, I'm sure at least one person in the world cared about NXT, and that's Vince McMahon. And they're bringing back Tough Enough. How is that going to work? They're going to keep NXT and Tough Enough? Because it won't make sense. Here's the real Tough Enough, and then we got our jokey Tough Enough with musical chairs. Yay! Don't know how that's going to work. But anyway, the best of Smackdown. What's the creme de la month? The creme de la creme. Whatever the saying is. I don't speak French. I'm not a fabulous Russo brother. Remember them? They were cool. Oh, hang on. Sorry, just dropped something. I'm back. Sorry about that. I went off the screen. But, yeah. The best. Coming in at number 3, Mr. Dashing Cody Rhodes. Yes, Mr. Dashing himself. I like Cody Rhodes. I always have I didn't always like him. I didn't like him when he was basically, I'm the son of Dusty Rhodes, look at me. And then he was, I'm the tag team partner of Hardcore Honey, look at me. I liked him in Legacy. That's when I really started to notice that this guy has talent. And then he split away from Legacy, and now he's on his own. And now he's got like the Model Martel gimmick. Not a particular fan of that, but if it works, it works. He's getting a push. He's getting wins. He needs a big win. He needs to get rid of the gimmick. Then he can be a main eventer, in my opinion. But Cody Rhodes is doing alright for himself. Number 2, we got Dolph Ziggler, Mr. Ziggler, along with Vicky Guerrero. He was in the Spirit Squad, but before the Spirit Squad, not a lot of people mention this, he was Chavo Guerrero's, lackey when he was Kerr and Wright. Everyone remembers Kerr and Wright. I do. I quite like that gimmick, even though it was racist to hell. And he split away from the Spirit Squad, then he became, I'm Dolph Ziggler, shake my hand, please. Okay, I'll shake your hand. On Raw, and he was a jobber. I didn't think he was ever going to get pushed. Then he got moved to SmackDown. Then he was given this push against Rey Mysterio. Rey Mysterio fucked it over. And then he was in a slight feud with Morrison. And then nothing. And then they gave him the sleeper hold. Why? This is 2010, 11, whatever the year is. The sleeper hold is not credible. I don't care who you make go to sleep with it. Go to sleep is CM Punk's finisher. Don't put people to sleep, Mr. Ziggler. But now he had a successful reign as Intercontinental Champion, probably the best in 5 years, give or take. I mean, that's not saying that the Intercontinental Championship is not very good anymore. And he's getting a title shot at the Rumble. Great. I think him and Edge could have a nice little match. He won't win. We all know that's a fact. Could shock us, but there you go. So Dolph Ziggler's number 2, and number 1 is Alberto Del Rio. But you already know that. Boom, boom, shh. Yes, Mr. Alberto Del Rio. When I first saw him, in these vignettes, I was thinking, I didn't even know if he was going to be face or heel, because he changed it with every vignette, which kept me guessing. And then he took out Rey Mysterio, which is a plus in my book, because Rey Mysterio has been bland since 2007. So, and he put out Christian as well. I mean, this is a guy, seriously, and it's not one of Triple H's guys, which is even more shocking. As far as I'm aware, I don't even know Alberto Del Rio. Never heard of him. Let's push Drew McIntyre and Sheamus for some more. That's probably what he's thinking. Alberto Del Rio, they boost him as a credible main eventer straight away. I mean, he's not there yet. He's almost there. I think he could possibly win the Rumble. I'm hoping that he does win the Rumble, and him and Edge face at Mania, and that should be a good match, and Alberto wins the title. That's the way to build a main eventer. You don't win a battle royal, injure Jamie Noble, retire him, boot Jerry the King Lawler in the face, and win a tables match by fluke to win the championship, Sheamus. No. No, no, no. But Mr. Alberto Del Rio is number 1 on SmackDown. But who is the worst on SmackDown, I hear you cry? I will tell you. Coming in at number 3 is Drew McIntyre. When I did this last time, I think he was 2. Seriously. Yeah, he's not getting as big a push as he had last time, but he's still on my screen, and that's the problem. I mean, I thought him and Cody were going to be a tag team. I was looking forward to that. But they thought, no, that won't work, and they got rid of it after a month. A month! You could have kept them together for at least 3 months. If it didn't work, fine. You did it after a month. You made them lose to Cena and Otunga. That credible tag team right there. And now he's trying to get Kelly. This is just to fuck with Tiffany, isn't it? Because Tiffany, it's just to fuck with Tiffany. They don't like Tiffany. And he's feuding with Trent Beretta, or was it Caden Croft, or the other half of the Dude Buster that didn't get released. So he's the Buster, or the Dude. Whichever one you want to call him. He's feuding with him, and he's losing to him. Basically, it's Barry Hosowitz versus Chris Candido again. Remember that from 95? Probably don't, but I do. Because I got it in me noggin. Coming in number 2, Lay Cool. I think they were first last time. And it's the same as Drew. They're not getting a big push as last time. Well, they sort of have, but they haven't. Because now they're not always winning. And they're not annoying me as much. What to say? It's hard, really, isn't it? I mean, they're so... But, what can you do? I just skip through their segments. They just waste airtime. If Michelle wasn't fucking Undertaker, I don't think they would get so much airtime. And number 1 is Wade Barrett and this Nexus. I like Wade Barrett. I like Justin Gabriel. I like Heath Slater, and I can tolerate Ezekiel Jackson. Alright? Don't make him into the NWO, okay? You have Nexus, then it splits. Like NWO, right? So you have NWO Black and White over here. You have NWO Wolfpack over here. So you have Nexus Raw over here, and you have Nexus Smackdown, who I think are going to be called The Core. I thought they were an Irish folk band, The Core, or something like that. But no, you're going to have Nexus Smackdown over here. Now granted, that's more Nexus than the other one, because they have 3 original members. But just end it. You could have Barrett as a successful main event guy on his own, I think. Now, cause you had him in a feud with Cena, so I think he's established enough. And Justin and Slater could die in the tag team division, and Ezekiel Jackson. But Barrett is number 1. Now we move on to the Cuds. Who could be the draw? Who could be the money maker? If you will. Dusty Rhodes. No, he's not in it. Third we got Kurt Hawkins. The lesser of Zack Ryder and Kurt Hawkins, or the Major Brothers, whatever you want to call them. Kurt Hawkins, he was in a tag team with Vance Archer. They split up, Vance Archer got released, and now he's just been floating on Superstars. I think he could be a mid-card heel. I think he could be a successful mid-card heel. Kind of like a Tyson Kidd. I mean, he's cocky, he's arrogant, he can wrestle quite well. Which is saying something, because he came from FCW, and not a lot of good wrestlers come from FCW these days. But, there you go, Kurt Hawkins number 3. Number 2, Christian. Easily main event material. We saw that in TNA. Comes over. I think when he comes back, he's going to feud with Alberto. That's good. Maybe for the title. That would be good. Or maybe feud with Edge for the title. That would be good. But Christian needs to come back. He needs to be a main eventer. I don't need to speak much on that. And number 1 is Jack Swagger. What the fuck happened to him? He was world champion one moment. I blink. He's not world champion. He's got Chavo Guerrero in an eagle costume, and he's losing nearly every single match. The fuck? Why did you give him the world title in the first place? Seriously, if you knew that you didn't want to push him, why did you give him the title? Baffles me. He can never go back to the main event. He can never, be an established main eventer. He'll find it hard to be an established mid-carder in my view, because he can't even beat Kofi Kingston. Like, he could have been the next Kurt Angle. They completely dropped the ball with him. But that is Smackdown, ladies and gentlemen, in all its blue glory. This is Hippykillerz signing out, and join me next time because I'm doing TNA while drinking my precious cup of tea. Oh yeah.